We're continuing to recognize the importance of Black health and wellness with an upcoming conference highlighting brain health in Black and Brown communities. Joining us now with information on this event and where you can go to register are Kelly, Minnie, and Andrea. Welcome, ladies. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Tell us more about this conference and what is going to be discussed.
Yes.
Sure. So the Empowering Black and Brown Communities Conference, we're going to be talking about brain health. So there is really exciting new research. I've come from the Alzheimer's Association, and there's really exciting new research around Alzheimer's and dementia that shows the importance of risk reduction. So there's some evidence that shows that up to 40% of cases of Alzheimer's and dementia could potentially be avoided due to healthy lifestyle factors. And so we really want to promote this idea of brain health and simple steps that folks can take to help have the healthiest brain possible throughout their lifespan.
Okay, I love it. Now, this is actually the 6th annual conference specifically for the Black and Brown community. Tell us more about why it was important to focus on this group.
So it made sense to kind of switch and pivot because the people that are most impacted and have the worst health outcomes are Black and Brown folks, and primarily Black and Brown women. And so we wanted to be able to have a conversation in ways that make sense, that were culturally familiar, just to talk and to talk about prevention and how we can make the healthiest choices the easiest choices. And we're like at this point where we're reminding people it's okay to say the words and say the things.
Yes.
And so Black and Brown women, Black and Brown communities are more impacted by brain health and dementia than our white communities. That's just the data. And so how can we all work together, everyone, regardless of our background, our histories, our families, genealogy, to ensure that we all have the same opportunity to live a long, healthy life?
Okay. And there's also going to be other activities taking place at the conference. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we're really excited to have Kelly and Minnie and their colleague Ian as our keynote speakers. But in addition to that, we're going to have some more interactive activities. So it's not going to be just a boring, not that you guys are going to be boring. Let me clear that up. But it's not going to be just sitting in a seat and listening to people speak at you all day, right? We wanted to make sure that it's engaging and interactive. So there will also be a healthy cooking demonstration from a local dietitian. There are tips that she's going to share about cooking and ingredients, ways of preparing food that is specifically good for your heart and your brain. And then we're going to have a guest named Halima, who is coming from Rochester.
Okay.
And she does Taekwondo yoga.
Oh, wow.
Which we're really excited about. So there's this discipline and this mindfulness aspect. So there's a fitness, a self-defense, but also a self-care element all kind of wrapped into one. And so she's going to share some activities and techniques that folks can learn and then do at home on their own.
I love that. There's also a resource fair as part of it as well, right?
Yeah, so we'll have folks from a lot of different local organizations. We'll have the Office for Health Equity and Erie County Department of Senior Services. We'll have nutritionists. We're going to have some nursing students there doing health screens. University of Buffalo, their nutrition department is bringing a smoothie bike.
Okay.
So you pick out the ingredients and the blender is attached to a bike, so you then pedal.
That's so
You
fun.
work for the smoothie.
You work for it.
You earn it, right? So it's going to be a really fun, family-friendly, interactive event.
I love it. When and where is this going to be taking place?
Saturday, February 28th at BFNC, Buffalo Federation of Neighborhoods on Main Street. Their address was Old Demerly Hall.
Yeah, it's Main Street in Leroy.
Right across from School 54.
2365 Main Street.
Yes.
Here we go. It's right there.
Yeah.
But if you can't make it in person, you also have Zoom options
Yes.
available, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So we'll kick things off at noon in person. So folks can come. We'll have free food, refreshments, just baked chicken and cabbage and all sorts of like good food, like not just, cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
More than salad.
Yeah, we're gonna fill you up. So, so folks can come, go through the resource fair, and then at 12:30 we'll get started with the actual program. So Zoom folks, I'm sorry that we won't be able to feed you, but
You'll still get the information.
Yes.
absolutely hop on at 12:30 and we'll get you hooked up.
Minnie, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you'll be speaking about during the conference?
Sure. So I will be speaking about my own personal experiences with members in the community, family, and providing preventive care, what steps they can take to provide preventive care. It affects everyone. And so I will just bring a little bit of myself as well as my professional experience.
And
to the
tell us
community.
more about your professional background and what makes you, an expert in these topics.
So I'm currently the Executive Director of Family Independence for the Department of Social Services. I've been a servant leader for about 25 years. So I have witnessed the effects of the disparities of health disparities with poverty, education, housing, all of those parameters and how it affects this community.
Right.
So besides my personal, it's that professional experience that I bring. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any things that you can tell our viewers right now? I know we don't want to give it all away because they want to come to the conference, but some things that they can be mindful of or implement in their life for preventative care when it comes to our brain health.
Yeah, so I think the easiest thing is, again, the healthiest things. Managing your weight, managing your stress levels, blood pressure, diabetes, protecting your head. A lot of folks are cycling now, and we have a lot of bike clubs on the east side and throughout Buffalo, but wearing a helmet on the bike, on the scooter, your brain is the one thing that controls the rest of the body.
Right.
So anything that makes sense to do to protect your brain, the easiest things, right? Making healthier decisions. Everyone can't go out and buy organic fruits and vegetables, but can you switch from canned to frozen? Right? Can you rinse your canned vegetables instead of using them straight out of the can? Right? There are simple things that can be done if you have the means to be able to make larger jumps towards health, by all means.
Yeah.
But for most of us, it's the small things that we can do to change our health and has a direct impact on our brain health long term.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for that. Those were great tips, and if you want more, you can register in advance for this Brain Health Conference and Resource Fair by visiting the bit.ly link right there on your screen. Thanks again for coming in, ladies.
Thank you
Of course,
so
thank
much.
you for having us.